Shatner guests with Peter Falk in an all-new Columbo next Monday.
Did you know? Only 2 Super Bowl-bound teams lost 3 of their last 4 regular season games. The Eagles in '80, and they went on to lose the Super Bowl to the Raiders, and the Broncos in '89, who went on to get bombed by the 49ers in New Orleans. And the 49ers right now, as Darren Jordan needs some assistance back to the locker room, are in jeopardy of losing 3 of their last 4. They're down here by 14. Herschel Walker begins this drive for Philadelphia with a 1-yard pickup. He's tackled there by Carl Wilson. There is Steve Bono. Now, he's going to play tonight, but this is not what George Seifert wanted. He wanted this team to get back in sync, and they have been in anything but sync on each side of the ball thus far through the first quarter and a half.
3 weeks ago they lost to Atlanta, but they could excuse that because they fumbled it away at the end of the game. But last week against Houston, they almost got shut out, and they have not looked good tonight.
2nd down and 9. Pressure. Brister gets it off to Herschel Walker. He slips a Davis tackle, and it is out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Merton Hanks stopping him there.
Bubby looks like he's done some damage. Kind of bent over in some pain, about 15 yards back behind his offensive mates. I don't know if he pulled a muscle or something as he was in full retreat. But that was a good job by Herschel Walker, breaking a couple tackles and making something out of a play that really didn't appear to be headed anywhere.
He's extraordinarily strong, Herschel Walker, and you saw it right there. Never is very dramatic, his running. He's not a slashing cutback runner. He has short, choppy steps. Not pretty at all, but he is strong and powerful. And durable. I don't ever recall him missing any play because of an injury.
The key with Herschel Walker, keep his shoulders headed to the sidelines. If he gets parallel to the line of scrimmage, that's when he's his most dangerous.
Timeout, Philly.
Here's a new term for financial security.
Like Detroit, there's no place like Dome. Arch rivals collide in Game 2 of our doubleheader Saturday on ABC.
There's Lester Holmes, the #1 draft choice of the Eagles. Good matchup tonight. He's going against Dana Stubblefield, the talented #1 draft choice of the 49ers. What a good draft for both of these clubs with these two right here. And it's rare to see two #1 rookies squared off against one another.
3rd and 7 after the Philly timeout, and Brister is able to convert. Calvin Williams makes the catch, takes it to the San Francisco 46-yard line, and angry with himself for not being able to maintain his balance and really breaking it.
He felt he could put some more yards onto that, but it was a good read by Brister and Calvin Williams. The blitz coming. There's Hanks, number 36, the safety blitz. That brings a tight man-for-man coverage, and that's Magruder missing the tackle after Calvin Williams comes up with the ball. And here's where he slips. He felt he could really put some big yardage onto it, but nevertheless, he gets the first down.
Where your brain tells your legs what to do, and they just don't obey.
Topped off by this sod of Candlestick. Soft and soggy. Deep drop. Herschel Walker has lots of room to roam and has a first down to the 33-yard line.
That's got to be the world's ugliest screen, but it was effective. Brister got in trouble back there. It was a miracle that one of the offensive linemen didn't get downfield on that screen. Ordinarily, they are counting them to themselves. And that time, Tim McHale, I think, was out in front of it. Brister on the screen. He sets up. Now he brings the defensive lineman in with him. Now he can't find the receiver. Finally, he does. And none of the linemen have gone downfield. None of them got caught being downfield. Brister. Somebody better come back and help him.
His 19th pass of the night is a great catch made at the 10-yard line by Calvin Williams.
Well, you hit it right, Dan. It was Williams who finally recognized Brister was in trouble. And we've already told you about the kind of year Williams is having. That made a good play, made a good angle for Brister, who was in deep trouble as he rolled out of the pocket. Now here's Williams. He sees his passer in trouble, breaks to the sidelines, and that's just good thinking and good work on the part of Calvin Williams.
He was the only Eagle receiver. And talk about an Eagle receiver that they missed dearly. There's Fred Barnett. They lost him the same game that they lost Randall Cunningham. He's had knee surgery, and they expect him back next year to be fine.
1st and 10 just outside the 10, and James Joseph picks up about 2.5.
A lot of credit ought to go to a good old buddy of mine, Lou Carpenter, who's been around a long time, but he's done a fine job with these Eagle receivers. Victor Bailey, the rookie, has performed well. Michael Young has come in, and we've watched Calvin Williams have a great year. And of course, there are the charges of Lou Carpenter, the receivers coach for the Eagles.
Looks like Bubby Brister is the one who's going after 3 consecutive years as the league's leading passer instead of Steve Young. 14 of 19. Got the Eagles on another quality drive right here.
They get things messed up here.
Man, another timeout by Philadelphia.
About the only thing they've done wrong.
That's got to be Brister getting the information from the read on the sidelines incorrect.
Well, I wonder if we'll have any fights up in Eagles coach's box tonight. Maybe some of Buddy's battling spirit has been left behind. All the things that happened yesterday. And yesterday was one of the great days in NFL history in terms of quality games. But what happens? This dominates everything. Kevin Gilbride there. Watch the right. There's Buddy Ryan with the right cross.
An awful right cross.
And Jack Pardee had something to say today.
Heat of the battle of a game. The players get emotional, and the coaches do too. It's not the first time something like this happened, and it won't be the last time. It happened in public. It'll be solved in private.
Well, Pardee says it's not the last time. I would hope it's the last time that it happens on the Houston Oilers sideline.
Well, I think Bud Adams, the owner of the team, indicated as much today, too.
Yeah. Buddy was in kind of over his weight, wasn't he?
It is 2nd down and 7 from the 8, and it's lofted, a fade pattern into the end zone to Williams, but he was out of the end zone, incomplete.
Safety blitz, Hanks coming right up the middle, and Brister almost was able to get it in there. There's Hanks coming unmolested right up the middle. Williams on the fade. And a couple of yards beyond the marker. Good coverage there by Don Griffin right there with him.
It really was a good catch by Calvin Williams, who stayed with the football and made that grab, even though it was a couple of yards out of bounds. The Eagles playing very loose, very relaxed, and very aggressive football.
3rd and 7 from the 8. Eagles lead by 14. All-out jailbreak blitz, and a flag down as Young catches it for the touchdown. Inside of Eric Davis.
Davis, I think, drew the flag, and it was a real fine pass by Brister, throwing it low where no way Davis could battle through it to get the deflection or the interception.
Pass interference, number 25 of the defense.
God, it's a really nice move by Michael Young, who makes it look like he's going to run a fade back into the corner and then makes a break to the inside, and he fools, see the move to the outside? He fools Davis badly with that, who's forced to grab him with the right arm and hold him. Michael Young, that was a very fluid move, showing that move straight into the corner and breaking back to the inside. Nicely done.
Roger Ruzek for the point after.
This is
getting embarrassing.
This is getting ugly. 24-3 in favor of the Philadelphia Eagles.
A real shocker.
And that's a sound you don't hear very often in Candlestick Park.
They are booing the defensive team as they come over to the sidelines. And George Seifert now is really faced with a quandary. What does he do with this ball club? Does he follow his prescribed plan and put Steve Bono and a lot of the other second-line guys in to get some work in the second half?
Or does
he go until he gets some quality play out of his starters?
Well, that's in a perfect world tonight. They would have had a nice lead, and Young would have been about 12 of 16, and out he comes. They bring in Bono, and Waters gets his work, and now what does he do? In danger of losing 3 or 4, week off next week.
I don't think there's a team in the NFL this year that's good enough to just have things go their way when they want it to go their way. No such thing as just saying, well, let's go out and turn in a nice workmanlike performance get done what we want to do. The 49ers aren't that good a football team.
And you know yourself, Dan, how difficult it is to turn this around. As a former player, when this starts to happen to you, I mean, you just can't just go in and make a gut check and turn it around.
Well, this is a quality football team they're playing, the Philadelphia
Eagles. I don't think the 49ers perhaps accepted them as that coming in with their 7-8 record.
You think all the things that went wrong with the Eagles had 4 guys in the Pro Bowl. Just 3 of them played for other teams. Eric Allen's the only guy still here. How about Reggie White, Keith Byers, and Keith Jackson? They're all going to be in the Pro Bowl.
Rozak's check is fielded by Dexter Carter. He brings it up to the 20-yard line. He's tackled there by Lewis Cooper. Well, the 49ers, we mentioned it at the very beginning, they went through a period where they looked as if they were the best team in the league. That 6-game winning streak, including that Monday night bombing of New Orleans, 42-7. Meanwhile, the game within the game continues. Steve Young began the game at 99.9. He's not had a good night. He's had 2 fumbles, but as we mentioned before, that doesn't hurt you.
And has Rice caught a ball?
That's not one of the components. 1. He's caught 1. Rice is in motion. Young sacked back at the 13.
Well, they'll be lucky if he didn't hurt his leg on that one. Andy Harmon nails him.
He's slow getting up.
Oh, boy, that was a serious shot to Steve Young's lower leg.
Well, that's why Seifert took him out of the Houston game. Some segments of the media, some fans criticize, but George had to look at the bigger picture. What if you lose your quarterback in a meaningless game?
Look at that.
Well,
Andy Harmon goes about 200.
Watch Steve's leg, though, slide. You see it slide?
Oh.
That saved him. That's what saved him. If those cleats would have dug in, and you know that's why a lot of people don't like artificial turf. That leg might have grabbed on artificial surface.
Waters makes the catch on 2nd and 17 and is run out of bounds up at the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 8.
You know, that was a classic look at one of the differences between grass and artificial surfaces. Steve Young got hit on the lower leg, and his right foot slid along the surface of the grass. Kenny Wolf and Craig Janoff, let's get one more look at this. Watch his right foot. There's the hit by Harmon, but watch it slide. See it slide along the grass? That saves the knee of Steve Young. On AstroTurf, you got to wonder if maybe that thing doesn't grab and hold, and he's got a serious leg injury.
3rd down and 8. Young firing to Rice. 1st down to the 50-yard line. His 2nd catch of the game and 94th of the season.
And what a delivery by Steve Young. Right between the 2 defenders. Rice reading it with Young. Puts a little sprint on to the outside. There's the coverage by 29. That's Mark McMillan. And right in between the defenders. Rich Milano over late. With Young delivering it right on target.
Needs 6 receptions to become the 2nd player in history with 2 seasons of 100+. The other is Sterling Sharp, who's done it back-to-back the last 2 years.
A magnificent Sterling Sharp.
And John Taylor makes the catch, and he is out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Eric Allen right there.
Taylor is a nightmare for the defensive back who is away from Jerry Rice, because Taylor usually will get the single coverage if there is single coverage. John Taylor is one of the best in the business. Eric Allen, and still Allen has to respect the speed of Taylor to take it deep. He makes the cut, and Steve Young is right on target.
John Taylor is the Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan.
Good way to put it.
That's
on 1st down, Waters to the 34-yard line. Tackled by Leonard Renfro.
Taylor actually has a better yards per catch average than Rice. He is a good running back after he gets the football. Both of them are. Taylor and Rice on either side. They're a danger every time they catch a short pass to take it the length of the field.
And another point about these two is we've documented so many times before, they're both extraordinary downfield blockers. Big parts of the running game.
On 2nd and 8, it is almost intercepted by William Thomas. So Thomas, who forced a fumble, comes that close to a pick.
We've got a 49er offensive lineman who's really struggling to get up. I think that was Steve Wallace, number 74. Again, though, Steve Young under pressure. Andre Waters on the safety blitz. Byron Evans comes on around.
Again, they don't handle it, Dan.
Well, they showed an inability to handle the blitz against the Oilers. The Eagles were very upfront, saying we are going to come after him tonight.